Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about what it takes to get to the top 1% in Arena. So Arena 22 is raging right now, and that is with any tier 6 ship. You go out there, 3 persons per team, 3 ships per team, 4 teams, and you just have to try to get the most XP that you can. And the more XP you get, you climb the leaderboard, and your top 10 matches are added together and averaged to give you your score. So in Arena Season 21, the top score was crazy. It was in excess of 860,000 XP, and that is over 50 matches. You know, you have top 10 matches over 5 days of the event, and that averages out to 17,240 XP per match. So for 50 matches, the person that got the top of the leaderboard averaged over 17,000 XP. Well, what do you got to do that? I had been meaning to create a video about what it takes to get to the 1%, but I figured I kind of needed to get into the 1% to be able to have the legitimacy to do that. And in Arena 21, I made it to place number 551 that you can see here. And I actually did make it in the top 1%. I averaged around 5,600 XP per match. And yeah, so this video is going to be about the tips that you kind of need to keep in mind to be able to make it to that 1% mark. So it's all about creating XP. The first thing that you need to keep in mind is you need to win your matches. Anytime you win, you get big time XP versus a loss. But there are some matches that even in a loss, you will get more XP than the guy who won, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, so you have to get a win. The next thing that you're going to want to do is apply any kind of XP booster that you have. The Epic XP booster with the 3 stars is the preferred booster to get the most XP per match. That will give you 100% additional, so it will basically double up on your XP. And in some of my matches during Arena 21, I was able to get 12,000 XP. Nowhere near the 17,000 that the number 1 guy got, but I did get several matches with 10 or 12,000 XP. And in order to do that, you need to play into a ship. In addition to having the Epic booster going, you need to play in a ship that has not had its first win bonus of the day used up already. So when you look at the ships in your port, you see a red star next to the ship. Some of the red stars are missing. Those are 4 ships that have gotten a win during that day, whether it's in standard or AI or Arena here. And so if you pick a ship that has a red star and you get a win, that is 1.5 times your XP. Then you add the Epic XP booster, or even the Rare XP booster, which will give you 50% more XP for your win or loss, actually. So you need to do all of these things to maximize your XP. And then finally, your fleet. If you've maxed out your fleet for ship XP, you can get 4 additional % of XP in a match. So if you do all these things, you will max out your XP and be able to come close to getting up on the 1%. You also need to play at least 10 matches a day. And if you're doing it solo, I'm not really sure you can make the 1% solo. So for Arena 21, as I said, I did make 1%, top 1%, but there were several matches. Probably a third of the matches I played in a division. And when you can coordinate with at least 1 other, or preferably 2 other people, so your entire team is coordinated throughout the match, that is your most effective course of action to be able to win that match and make it in the top 1%. When I played solo, my win rate was probably 10-15%, something terrible like that. And even at that, you can still make the top 10%. So you just really need to play 10 matches a day, use XP boosters, and you're in the top 10% if you're solo. If you play in the division, you have a greater chance of getting in the top 1% if you use epic boosters or even rare boosters, whatever it takes. You can hold down the square button when you're at the game selection screen, and you can select either AI, standard, or arena. Hold down the square button and take a look at the leaderboard, and it will tell you how many points you are away from your next higher tier, and you want to keep that in mind. So after you've played your 10 matches, you have what they call battle fatigue, and if you play additional matches beyond the 10 matches, you can still move up on the leaderboard, and it will tell you how many points you need in your next match that will count toward the leaderboard. It will say, for example, you may need to score somewhere around 960 points to increase your battle score. And as you play more matches and get wins or create more XP during those battles, you will go up the leaderboard just a little bit. So in some cases, you may see people go in and immediately capture the base right from the start. And in some ways, I think there were some people thinking that players who did that didn't really know much about Arena, because you'd go in, capture the base after 2 or 3 minutes, match is over with, and no one has really had any chance to acquire any XP or do any major damage. And you see that the scores are fairly low when somebody does that. So why would somebody do that? Well, they may not know that capturing the base doesn't give you a huge XP number, and you really get your major amounts of XP by going out and battling with these 3 other teams. The one super strategic part of capturing a base early, I'm not sure how many people are taking that into account, but since the top 10 matches per day are averaged, if you keep going in and getting in matches where your the base is captured real early before you've had any chance to get any XP, that is preventing you from getting a huge XP number. So there is a possibility that people are strategic enough to go in there and capture the base to prevent other people from getting high scores, and maybe that's a little bit about what's going on as far as when you see people capturing the base early in a arena match. And those are really the tips and tricks that you need to keep in mind in order to move up the leaderboard. So let me know what you think down below. This is the Jaguar, and I'll see you on the high seas. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe if you like it. And good luck, everybody.